I have seen so many injuries trying to sit on a toilet. If we drop down, I'm scared to even do it right now. When I am done sitting, I want to be able to stand up. Well, hello. Today we are going to talk about something so specific and so important, and I cannot believe I haven't talked about this before, but this is so important that I may actually put this in my membership or my course or somewhere else as well, because I cannot believe how many times I have been not asked, but told how difficult it is to go to the bathroom on your roller skates. Now, obviously this is not a toilet, but I have lowered this seat to be about the height of a toilet. I don't usually get people asking me this at home, maybe because at home you're more comfortable grabbing onto things, maybe grabbing onto the counter to help lower yourself onto the toilet. But at a skating rink or at a park, somewhere where a lot of people typically skate, you don't usually want to grab onto things to help lower yourself onto the toilet. So you have to do so by simply balancing yourself and then lowering yourself, or balancing yourself and holding. Now, that is a completely different story on roller skates than on feet, because a lot of us have a lot more control on our feet. No matter how good of a skater we are, a lot of us have a lot more control on our feet. But there are a lot of key things when you are sitting down on your roller skates that also apply to when you are simply roller skating. So we're going to get into that today, because I have seen so many injuries from simply trying to sit on a toilet at a skating rink. And I don't want you to have to experience that. So let's just make that not happen right here and right now. So let's start from the beginning. Let's start with standing up near a seat. You don't need a toilet. You can practice with a chair. Now, I don't recommend a rolling chair, but this is the only chair that I had in this room, so this is what I'm going to use. Ideally, your toilet does not roll out from under you like a rolling chair could, but if you have a stationary chair with just normal legs without wheels, I highly recommend that. If a rolling chair is all you have, so be it. You are also on wheels if you're trying this on roller skates. This could also be good advice for just like life, how to sit on a toilet properly while also getting like a little bit of a workout, because it is ultimately you're doing a squat. So let's start with just lining your feet up. This can kind of be a tutorial and kind of just a funny video. We'll see how you take it. You can comment below. But okay, I have a toe stop in. So one way to do this that is very helpful is putting a toe stop down. It could be either toe stop, doesn't matter. I don't recommend both toe stops because then you really have to learn how to balance that out. But one toe stop will keep you slightly cemented into the ground while your other wheels are on the ground and they have the ability to roll. But we don't want the wheels to roll when we are sitting. So we really have to ground ourselves. While I said a toe stop is a good idea, let's just use that as a crutch if we need it, but let's talk about having all the wheels on the ground. So all 8 wheels are on the ground. This could also work for rollerblades, anything like that, just wheels on your feet. If you have wheels on your feet and you're trying to sit down, doesn't need to be on a toilet, but that is where I hear it most. So you're standing. I want you to put pressure down into the ground, and or I want you to put pressure toward the inside of your skate. Now, I don't mean falling to the inside so your knees are like buckling in. I mean putting pressure down into the ground and forcing weight in, forcing pressure in. This will make your inner thighs tighten. Now, I use this a lot in drills and skills that I'm teaching in here through the membership and through my course, which can be found on thatnicolefiore.com or on YouTube. The membership, the course is just on my website. But using that pressure, that will keep you from rolling forward or backwards. So if you're on a slanted surface, if you're on an uneven surface, you can use that technique to keep you stable and keep you from moving, keep you stationary. So we can use that and we can practice that. It's good for so many other things, like I said, not just sitting. But then I want you to push your butt back and get into a little bit of a squat. So you're gonna bend your knees and push your butt back. Now, we wanna go down, but we can't just drop down, because if we drop down, I'm scared to even do it right now. If we drop down, our wheels are gonna go out like this. So if I drop down and my wheels go out, if it's not anything sturdy, or if it's something that we don't necessarily want to fall into or something like that, our wheels are gonna go out and we will likely fall. I have seen most of the falls being like this, off of the surface and down. And the toilets, I guess, have been scratchy or uneven enough that their entire back gets scratched and hurt by doing this. Also including, of course, like your tailbone or anything that you might fall onto. So to avoid all of that, we are going to work on getting our butt back like this. So in skating, when you are skating, this is one of my number one things, is I teach to put your hips back, to push your hips back. And this is because our wheels want to roll out from under us. If our hips are back, then we have less ability for our wheels to roll out from under us. If our hips go forward, it's very, very easy. The wheels are right there. So I want you to push your hips back and keep your hips back when you're skating. Now, there are so many other things that I will teach you along the way if you choose to learn from me, that you won't be skating like this at all times. We will work on our posture. We will work on where our weight is going, our chest over our knees over our toes. All of that is super important. But just to like recap it here, to learn how to sit, your hips have to be back. So I want you to bend your knees and I want you to push your hips back. Again, I have that weight going into the inside of my skate, pushing weight down into the ground toward the inside to keep me as stable as possible. And then we have arms. So I want you to use your arms to balance you out. This is what I call the Superman pose. I tell people if they feel they are going to fall, to get into the Superman pose, because this will save you. Now, one important step about the Superman pose is you don't want to look down toward the ground, because we don't want to go there. You want to look out toward your hands or past your hands. So this position right here, if you can nail this, you will be good to go for so many different things, not just sitting. So we're here in this position. Now come up. This is something that you can practice and something I think everyone should practice, with a seat below them so that if they do fall, it's okay here at home. So bend and come up. You may be able to hear my skates, the leather of them creasing. So do this a few times. This is a very good exercise. And come up. Now when you do this, try not to round your shoulders off like this. You want to actually engage your back and engage your core to keep your back in line and keep your back as straight as possible. Now, we simply need to go from here just a little bit lower with our weight still forward so that we can then sit down. Now, this is so much work to sit down, I know, but these techniques are so important for us to be able to sit in skates no matter where we are. And like I said, this translates into just about everything you will want to do on skates. So this is not just sitting, this is standing, this is learning how to spin, this is learning how to jump, learning how to turn and transition. All of these things correlate. Now, obviously we won't need to go into as deep of a squat when we are doing those skating skills, but knowing where to put your weight to go into this deep of a squat is super, super important. Now, I don't know about you, but when I am done sitting, I want to be able to stand up. These wheels want to roll. Just like on our way down, we have to do everything pretty much the same, reverse the movement to get up. So you have to get your weight over your knees and your knees over your toes. So you have to allow yourself to go here. Again, not hunching over like this, but push your butt back. Actually try to like extend your butt back and extend your chest forward in opposing directions. You can use your arms to help you. And then we have to get our chest over our knees. Now my wheels are kind of going to roll back a little bit. I would rather have them roll back than roll forward. So they're gonna roll back a little bit to allow my knees to actually get over my toes. And you're gonna be safer having a little bit wider of a base, not super close together. So you can actually spread your legs out a little bit more about shoulder width apart to do this. And get forward over your skates. You can allow your skates to roll back just a little bit because you will need them underneath you once you start to stand up. And then reversing the movement, stretching your arms out, push the butt back and come up. Now again, I cannot believe I haven't taught this before. I can't believe that I haven't gone over this because it is so very important. And honestly, how this came to be, when I got this idea, it was because I needed to go to the bathroom during one of my lessons at Backbeat. And I was like, okay, you keep working on that. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. And I went, and as I sat down, I wasn't paying attention and my wheel started to roll out from under me, but luckily I was able to catch it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that needs to be my YouTube video for this week. So my own experience is what reminded me to make this video, or gave me the idea to make this video. But it is so important to be able to sit. And this is regular life as well, not just roller skates. But it is so important to be able to lower yourself carefully and raise yourself up carefully, both, because I plan on needing to go to the restroom like for hopefully a lot of years to come. And I hope one of my biggest goals is that I am able to hold a squat above a toilet for as long as I shall live. I hope that I have the strength and the ability to hold this position and come up. And let me tell you, if I can do it on skates for a long time to come, I think I'm gonna be just fine doing it on feet. So yeah, this is a random one that was not suggested for me, but it is one that I thought of myself as I went to the restroom during a lesson. And so, like always, please let me know if you have any other thoughts, any other video ideas, any trouble that you've run into while on roller skates, because I'm happy to break it down and tell you the technical things that you can work on to make life a little bit easier and a little better. Yeah, so happy peeing, happy sitting. I hope all goes well. And I will see you later. Bye.